I have a confession. I love superheroes. There, I said it. Superheroes. I like seeing them in movies, I like seeing them in comics, and I like seeing them in games. There's so many games to choose from, though. There's Ultimate Spider-Man, there's X-Men Legends, there's Marvel vs. Capcom. I don't know which one to show y'all first. You know what? I think I'm going to show the recently released Spider-Man Edge of Time first, just because that one's gotten a little bit of flack, gotten a couple negative reviews. So I just want to point out that this game isn't horrible. I actually really enjoyed it.
Spoiler alert, look away if you don't want to see crap. Spider-Man dies in this game and it's all about 2099, okay? Not really though. Peter isn't dead for very long. Some spoilerific title screen though, huh? One of the major complaints people have over Edge of Time is how repetitive it feels. Well, have you played the old games? Like, say, the beat-em-ups? Of course it's repetitive! Unlike Spider-Man 3, there is no world to navigate. Instead, you go through Alchemax's HQ in both times while switching off. The part of the game that annoyed me was when you have to play as 2099 Spider-Man and travel down through the elevator shafts. This part was frustrating, but passable. Eventually. It, however, reminded me more of Batman Beyond, though, than Spider-Man. But since I wasn't that into 2099's comic, I'll shut up here before I embarrass myself. The game is short, and you will beat it in a day. But you finish the movies in a day, right? I believe that the interactions between Peter Parker and Miguel O'Hara, or rather, their voice actors, Josh Keaton and Christopher Daniel Barnes, the story and the music make this a good game, but your wallets might not be ready for it yet. Speaking of the voice cast, the Spider-Man talking back and forth is my favorite aspect of the game. It's weird, though, hearing Barnes' voice coming out of 2099 and not amazing. But, you know what? Josh Keaton does a really good job as Spider-Man.
Wait, what did you say? I can't hear you.
We need to work out the kinks of this time travel communications thing if it's gonna have any hope of catching on.
Parker, focus on what's important.
You can't just ignore that she's in danger.
Hey, I'm trying to focus on what's important.
What's important is not standing by and allowing someone to suffer or die because you do nothing. If you don't get that, then you don't get the first thing about being Spider-Man. Wait, what? Something I did here had an effect on you in 2099? That's impossible.
No, theoretically it's not. The idea is called quantum causality. The two gateways created a link between our times.
The thing that makes or breaks superhero games are the villains. People want to see the rogues gallery, but sadly Edge of Time really only shows Spider-Man's villains, and not 2099's. The major villains they show are Anti-Venom and the Black Cat. They do, however, fit very well into the story. The other villains, they do fit into the story, but they come off as a little generic. Speaking of Spider-Man's cast, you do get to save Mary Jane as Spider-Man 2099. It's not closure for the old cartoon series on Fox, but it is a start.
Mary Jane! Oh, shock!
After you beat the game, you unlock costumes. This one, however, came from HeroHQ.com for free. You have to do challenges for the others, and those can be tedious. So is this game glitchy? A lot of licensed games are rushed and filled with glitches. However, I only ran across this one glitch, which honestly wasn't that big of a problem. I do think it made me skip part of the game, though, once I restarted. I didn't see anyone going through walls, though, or any other random glitches, so this one, it's forgivable, considering all I had to do to fix it was restart the level. But there I am, just hanging out in the void of nothingness. After you beat Edge of Time, you want to stick around for the credits, as you'll hear some very funny dialogue between the two Spider-Men, as well as see some entertaining artistic interpretations of what's going on, as well as some other weird things about the multiverse and Spider-Man.